We hear in the book of James, but be doers of the word and not hearers only. The Lord wants us to walk the walk as well as talk the talk. And there's a famous story about a man who did just that and learned very much the impact of doing so. A young Marine, 32 years old, traveled to Calcutta to see Mother Teresa. It was a live stream. He went to the convent, knocked on the door, and asked the nun where Mother Teresa was, if Mother Teresa was there, because he wanted to visit with her. Sorry, sir, she's in Rome. Well, can I stay? The nun said, yes, you can stay and answer the door. The young man began to answer the door, and to his surprise, one day, at the door was Mother Teresa of Calcutta. Come with me, she ordered. And so they traveled through the poor area of the city, and they came to a bridge. Under the bridge, lying in the mud, was a man who obviously was dying. He was very elderly, emaciated, full of vomit, clothes tattered, lying in his own excrement. Take him. So Mother Teresa and the young man took the man back to Mother Teresa's hospital. Mother Teresa said, bathe him. She bathed him, or rather he bathed the man. The man was so gaunt that he kept falling to the bottom of the bathtub. But he held him tenderly, figuring that this would be the last time one of the last moments when anyone would touch the poor dying man. He at one point looked at Mother Teresa and then looked back at the man, and to his amazement, the man was transformed. He bore the image of Jesus himself. His face was battered and worn, nail scars in his hands, his feet, and his side. He knew that this was Jesus himself. He looked at Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa said, you see him, don't you? He said, yes. He looked back at the man, and the man had been transformed back into the image of the dying man. He was overwhelmed with the sight. And suddenly, he went back to his room for a few moments to regain himself. He looked for Mother Teresa, asking a nun in the hallway, is Mother Teresa here? I'd like to talk to her. Mother Teresa, the nun said, she's still in Rome. What? The young man said. He recounted the story of the man's transformation into the image of Jesus, and Mother Teresa being there giving him directives. And the nun looked at the young Jim and said, that's Mother Teresa. She does that sometimes. And so the young man went back to the military base in San Francisco, understanding that he had, first of all, had a dream come true of meeting Mother Teresa, but even more importantly, he came to recognize more clearly the message of the gospel, the message of Mother Teresa of Calcutta, to see Jesus in everyone, especially the needy, the poor, the distraught, the suffering, and the dying. For whatsoever you do to the least of my brethren, Jesus says, you do to me. Be not just hearers of the word, but doers. God bless you.